And look at that, it's sucking and pulling all of that air in. It's trapping everything. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the LEVOIT air purifier. This is the LEVOIT Core Mini. I did purchase this product myself, and any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this air purifier or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Here's a look at the retail box and packaging, walking you through some of the key features and tech specs. We have a nice breakdown and look at the HEPA filter. Here's some features on this side as well. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the contents. Here are all the contents. First up, we have a customer service and contact card, followed by our user guide and manual for our LEVOIT Core Mini Air Purifier. With the table of contents, what's included. We have our tech specs right there. Ideal room size is 178 square feet, so perfect for a bedroom. You could use it in larger rooms, but the air purification will just take longer. We can get to know our air purifier, how to get started. We have our controls. We can learn more about the filter and its 3-stage filtration. This is a HEPA filter. We have our care and maintenance instructions. We have some additional maintenance, and we have a nice troubleshooting section, warranty information, and we have their customer support again. This does come with a 2-year warranty in case you're wondering. Lastly, we have the air purifier itself. This is available in black or white. We have the white version here, Energy Star sticker, LEVOIT's logo and branding, open indicator right there. Here's a look at the back side with our power connector options. And we have the top with a warning label letting us know that we need to remove the power adapter and plastic from the filter. Here's a look at the very bottom, open or close. So let's go ahead, let's do that right now. Let's twist it open. And ta-da, here's our power supply and adapter right out of the box. It matches it in white. And then we have our filter here, and we need to remove the plastic. So it's actually sealed on both sides, which is nice. So we got the LEVOIT logo and branding on there. Check it out. Again, this is a 3-stage filter. Go ahead, we can drop it in. And we should be able just to twist this right back on. So, whoops. Did we do it? There we go. Now we got it twisted on. It's nice that we have that at the bottom to be able to do that very easily. And we can peel this off, revealing our controls. Now let's go over the controls in more detail. So this features 1-button control. So just press the power button, it turns it on, and we're at the lowest fan speed setting, which is 1. And that is whisper quiet. Next, we have our second fan speed setting, and it's noticeably louder, but still very quiet. And then 3 for our maximum fan speed setting. If you're wondering about the display right here, it will dim after 1 minute. So if you wanted to have this in your room and you're a sensitive sleeper to light, they have you covered. And then you can press it again to turn off. We also have our filter indicator up there at the top. You may be wondering about aromas and essential oils. You can do that with this air purifier, which is really nice. There's a little button on the side you can press to pull out. And there we go. We have instructions on page 6 walking you through what to do, but we have our aroma box right here, and you could put 5 to 7 drops of essential oils on the pad. Put it back in place and you're all set and ready to go. Directly on the side of the packaging, LEVOIT makes the claims that speed 1 is 25 decibels and speed 3 is 44 decibels. So the noise levels will be low and no higher than 44. So let's go ahead, let's try it out at each speed setting and see how loud it is. So on speed setting 1, they say 25 decibels. With my decibel meter, we got 35.4 decibels as our max readout. I'm gonna say that's well within range. I'm not sure the environment that they had, what sort of tool, how sensitive it is, whereas we just have a consumer grade decibel meter here. So this is very quiet. You really can't hear it at 1 unless you're right up next to it with your ear, and then you mostly feel it as opposed to hear it. So now let's try our second fan speed setting. So on our second fan speed setting, we're showing 49.6 decibels. So a little bit higher than the 44 that they advertised, and we haven't hit our third speed setting yet. Let's go ahead, let's check it out at the max setting. So on the max setting, we got 57.7 decibels. So that is higher than the 44 that's advertised, but I'd argue it's probably well within range, all things considered. That's not going to be the reason why you would not buy this unit, because it's very quiet. You can always just put it on 1. You don't have to have it on 3, and 3's not even that loud. Again, if you had it in the other side of the room, you would be able to hear that it's on, but it's not too obnoxious or like a box fan or anything along those lines. Now we're gonna have some fun with our unofficial official test. So this is advertised of being able to trap particles 0.3 microns in size. Theoretically, this smoke machine should be around 2.5 microns. But let's go ahead, we have it on the maximum speed setting. Let's inject it into the filter and see how much it's able to trap and how much is able to pass through. You're gonna wanna focus on this area right here, as opposed to anything that might leak out the side. So we're gonna press our button here, let's give it a shot. And we're putting a lot of smoke into this, I'll show you in a second. But here we go. So we are passing through some, but that is really impressive when you consider what we're dealing with here. So watch as I do it, not directly into it. And even right there, here, let's do a little bit on the outside. This will be pretty cool. So I'm gonna shoot some. And look at that, it's sucking and pulling all of that air in. And none of that's actually coming out the top. So that's a good volume that it's trapping everything. Okay, a little bit went out the top there, but not much. But again, when I was doing this, this is how much was being shot into that, right? That's a ton. But when we do it right up next to it, we don't really have as much passing through. Yes, there is some, so you get a feel for how you want to be able to trap the smallest particles possible. But this 3-stage filter does work and trap even smoke that's going to be around the same size as what they advertise, or maybe even a little bit smaller at 2.5 microns. Now I have an air quality meter here where we're going to be able to see the current air quality. Then we'll let this run for a while, come back and see if it's made any sort of noticeable difference. We have multiple values to go over right here. So we have our HCHO showing right at around 0.01, and you want to see that anywhere between 0.1 and less, so we're doing really good there. Next, we have our PM 2.5, so currently that's at 1. You want to see that less than 12. Next, we have our TVOC. This is 0.01. We're going to want to have that at 0.6 or less, so we're well within range. And we have our green indicator light letting us know that we have our good and healthy air quality. We have our AQI showing 4, and you want that less than 50. So it's fluctuating between 4 and 8, it looks like. So it won't help us in the sense that we already have really clean air here, but this should be able to maintain those values or maybe even drop it down a little bit less for each of those categories. So we're going to leave it running. We'll come back and see what those results are in a couple of minutes. So the unit's been running for over 50 minutes and we have no tangible results or change in any of our initial measurements to where we're at now. So it's maintained the air where we're currently at. Since our air wasn't dirty to begin with, it didn't make any improvements. It hasn't gotten worse. And where we're at, that appears to be a threshold at least where it's not necessarily going to get any better, nor does it need to, because again, we're well within the good range and value for all of the metrics that we tested here, whether it was PM 2.5, HCHO, TVOC, or AQI. Now let's talk about care and maintenance. So the filter indicator light will come on between 4 and 6 months of use, depending how often and frequently you use it. Once that light comes on, you will need to replace the filter. Also, if you're wondering about our essential oils, you will want to clean and wash this pad after every use, especially if you're changing oils. Other than that, I want to point out too, back to the filter, if the filter's been changed and the light is still illuminated, with the air purifier plugged in and the fan turned off, press and hold the control button for 3 seconds, and this will turn on the filter. Press and hold the control button again for 3 seconds, and the filter light will blink 3 times and turn off when successfully reset. That's about it. Very easy to use, and it's great to have that filter light built in so we know when it's time to get a new one. So this is a small, quiet, and compact air purifier, perfect for a bedroom, dorm room, office, anything along those lines, with aromatherapy built in, so they really have you covered, making this a multi-purpose device, not only cleaning your air, but acting as an essential oils diffuser.